Hi everyone, welcome back. We are now in module 4, lesson 2. Okay, so we have learned about how to format the table. All right, so we have here another table. Okay, now this table, there are many things that we can do to this table. Okay, so as mentioned previously, we could do filtering. So what happens when we filter it? Let's say I don't want all of it, I only want 4 and 5. It will just appear 4 and 5. Okay, of course we could also filter other parts. Let's say we just want the heirloom tomato, and they will just appear the heirloom tomato and etc. Okay, so one of the things that we can do on this table, one of the formats we can do on this table is that if you go to the table design tab, okay, you'll notice in the table style option there's a variety of things here. Okay, so if we untick the header row, what will happen is the header, you notice in the row 1, it will disappear. Okay, additionally, the filter button will also be cancelled out. Okay, because the filter button, I mean the header row is necessary for the filter button. So what does the filter button do? Okay, is as shown earlier, it is used to have the filter. Not to say that you can no longer filter without the filter button, but that is a story for, that is a method for another time. Okay, so make sure to leave the filter button there. Right. We also have the first column. What will happen in the first column is that it will emphasize the first column. As you can see here, it is bolded. Right. Additionally, if we click the last column, it will bold the last column. So it really depends on what you want to do. Okay, what you want to do, what design is suitable for your intention. So can select it as according to your needs. Okay, so if I untick this banded row, now banded row that is not so obvious in this case, so we need to change the style. Okay, so let me see if I change to this one. Now in this case, you can see banded row means it will alternate, the colors will alternate, right? So if I untick this, it will just all be white, but if I tick this, it will be gray, white, etc. Similarly, when we talk about banded columns, okay, it will go in terms of the columns. All right. Now, once we have all of this, so if you're familiar with all this, you can just try it out, and it's very much useful in terms of your presentation. Okay. And another thing about the table is that it can be expanded. Okay. So one way of expanding this, all right, one way of expanding this is that if you go to the home tab, okay, and then in the cells group, you want to insert, let's say I insert a sheet row. Okay, what will happen is there will be a row appear from the from where I initially selected. Okay, so as you can see here, everything else will move down. Okay, I could also insert a sheet column. So again, what will happen is that everything will be pushed to the right, and that a new column will appear. Now the column, because we have a header row, but we don't, the Excel would not know what header you would like to place here. So that's why they just leave it as a default name, column 1. Okay, if the more you add it, the more the number will just increase accordingly. Okay, you can see here column 2. All right, so we could also delete it. All right, same thing here, we just select it and then we select delete, or we can just delete the row. Okay, delete sheet columns. Okay, now there's also another way of increasing expanding this table. Let's say if I want to say win or lose, you know, so I just click win or lose. So all I need to do is type this in, and then when I press enter, the table automatically expands. Okay, so that this will be very useful later on when we go into formulas, because the tables will automatically create all of the things that is necessary for you. Now, one last thing is that when your table design, okay, you notice that we did not go through table total row earlier. So what happens here is that if I select total row, okay, we can see the additional row appear. Okay, so what this row does is that you can use it to count or to use the average of whatever of the entire column, or even like let's say for example here I have count, this, so there's 17 things here. So if let's say I put 10 12, I'm just gonna simply type, and it will change according to your needs. Okay, so you can just select what you want, standard deviation even, and it will calculate accordingly. All right, thank you.